Ronald Koeman, the manager. Just how impressed have you been with the job he's done over these 2 seasons?
I think again it goes back to when you appoint a manager, what are you looking for in a manager? And one of the major things is you're looking for a manager who buys into the culture and the belief and the passion and the values of the club. And we've had 3 managers who've had that. So that's important because you can't be pulling in different directions. So picking that manager is very important in the first place, and then you've got a chance to move forward. Now Ronald ticked all the boxes, met the criteria. Fans will probably remember when we recruited Ronald, it was done very much under the radar, no big headlines. As we've seen recently with some of the other clubs in the Premier League, quietly done, stick to the plan, get the manager in, and then start building a team around him, and cooperate with the manager in terms of player recruitment. You know, very quietly, just get on with the job. And we found a manager who buys into it and is a good coach and a tactician. We've built a squad that meets the profile of the club. We want to play exciting football, we want to play good quality football, play out from the back. All the things that Ronald's passionate about and wants. So there's a meeting of minds, if you like, there, and that's very important. He's done a great job and will continue to do so.
He mentioned there would be talks between the two. How are they going?
Talks are ongoing all the time. There's never a point where you say on such and such a date we'll start talking. So yeah, there's negotiating contracts and getting down to the nitty-gritty, and there's conversations that go on all the time about planning for the future. Ronald and I have been talking for a long time about building towards a summer transfer window. As you've seen, the extension of contracts of our own players to consolidate the core of the team going forward is another big step forward. Now, you don't just do that on any given day. That's something that I would sit down with Ronald and with Ross Wilson, the head of recruitment, and we will discuss that over a long period of time. So all those conversations are about the future, about what we're building for. And those things are very important. There's been a lot of talk recently. Ronald himself has mentioned the idea that he sat down with us at the board level and talked about a 5-year plan. There's no point in going headlong into contract negotiations about finance and money unless you're all on the same wavelength about where it's going. So if Ronald is committing himself to the club for a longer period of time, it's important that we talk about our ambitions being aligned and that we are all still trying to achieve the same things. So those discussions have been ongoing, and we're now at a point, as Ronald has said himself, that actually getting down to the detail of the contract, which is where agents and lawyers get involved, is at the end of the season, which is where we are now, and they're ongoing, and everything's going very positively at the moment.